So you are in the forest. You're walking with Aranis and Elfelkir.
And I say there must be something... I'm sure you realize there's much I need to talk to Peleus about.
We will take you to him.
Thank you. Do you have any water?
Yes. And he hands you... He doesn't hand you a water skin or anything. He leads you to a brook.
Okay, and I drink some water and then we keep going.
Do you have a water skin?
No.
Okay. Yeah, and then you walk. And the walk, you have a horse, and you can ride the horse. They don't ride, though. They walk.
I'll just walk
they walk
my
swiftly.
horse with them.
Okay. So you're walking your horse. They walk very swiftly.
Yeah, JP sucks.
That's probably JP.
No, I bet that's Weeb.
Okay. I don't know. Alright, so, you...
I bet it's either JP or Joshua. Oh no, Joshua wasn't in the Jeremiah campaign. So I think it's Weeb.
He might have heard.
He might have. I think...
The joke, by the way, is that every servant is named Jeremiah, but only if they're a good servant.
No, it's not that every servant's named Jeremiah. It's that there's an order of Jeremiahs that some people put their sons into and sell their sons
to become Jeremiah.
I think they're all eunuchs.
It started as a joke. Are they all eunuchs?
Yeah,
this is my world. You can't tell me that
No, I'm pretty sure we made them all eunuchs. Because they're more they have no sex drive, so they have no
So they're better
more productive.
servants.
Yeah.
They're basically just like butlers for England. You know how butlers have to be trained in a really special way.
And you can buy a Jeremiah. Well, not as slaves. You can hire a Jeremiah.
They're essentially slaves, though.
But it's a status symbol to have a Jeremiah rather than a servant.
If you've seen the TV show Jeeves and Wooster, it's a lot like Jeeves in the Jeeves and Wooster. This is a fantastic manservant.
Yeah, they're all wonderfully trained. And what is the female version? It's like
you could have
Jeremiah. No, but there's a female maid version. I thought we said.
I don't you can't take over my world like that.
An elite, yeah, that's right. It's like an elite order of butlers. That's right.
Absolutely. Okay, so
we lost a viewer.
They hated that.
They hated slavery.
What is this? Jeremiah? That sounds stupid.
That's not in this world, so don't worry about it.
Bedtime.
It's probably JP.
Hated to leave.
JP's like, I'm not watching this.
All right, let's get back to the campaign.
Yeah, I say let's fast track to the town. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So you.
I don't talk to them much.
So yeah, we can fast track. You start walking for a bit, and at one point they basically ask if you wanna sleep. Would you like to sleep here before we go any further?
How much further?
Well, they get to a place where they go, now would be a good spot to sleep if you wish. You know that it's actually a couple days into the forest.
Oh, okay.
Is it a couple days?
Yeah, well, it's a day to get there.
Yeah, walking, it's a couple days into the forest. It's a big forest.
In the forest, yeah. Yeah, cool. I'll sleep now.
Okay.
And roll a hit dice. Well, it's a long rest, so I gain... So I still have one hit dice, so I don't have to take it off my sheet. Oh, that's a 9!
Cool.
How?
So you...
Suck it, DM.
You take a long rest, which means you get half your hit dice back, which is to say you get one hit dice back.
Yes, so I stay at 1. I don't think... How do I fill this back? Because I don't actually know what my max HP is. Oh, my max health is 22. Okay, yeah, I have full health.
Okay. So, yeah, we can fast track this if you want. You get to make the call on how much you want to fast track and how much you want to play.
Yeah, I just want to kind of walk. I want to kind of go. Oh well, let's ask how did you hear about my family's death so soon after it happened?
Varys told us.
Who's that?
He's the bald guy from Game of Thrones. No, he sees in the mirror.
Oh, does he know who did it?
Come, you must come with us. All will be revealed.
Yo, Anton just made a decision. Let's keep going.
Okay. So you...
Well, Anton... No, let's change that. The spider?
Yeah, Varys. Or is it actually Varys is his name, right?
Varys, yeah.
Gosh, it's been a long time since that show's been on.
Yeah. Anton didn't just make a decision. Anton just realized he had a choice.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, oh, shit.
You have many choices.
Oh, yeah, I could just leave.
You could you could take off.
I could fulfill my dream and leave, but I have a sense of duty now.
Wow.
Well, it's like I'm bound by my sense of duty. Basically, I made a choice for me to be like, I can't live my dream now. I can't.
So,
once I take over the throne and turn it into a parliament and a democracy, I can leave.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Abdicate power.
Yeah, I just gotta advocate power.
Bring communism about and then just abdicate power.
Well, not communism. Bring back like a democratic republic.
I'm gonna rule that you don't know what a democratic republic is.
I can invent a democratic republic.
I don't think... You have an intelligence score of 8.
Fine. What if I ask someone, I'm like, what if it's like, can I just let the people choose? That's a pretty simple...
And then someone's like, no, that's an idiot idea. If the people choose, then they're all just going to choose some sort of populist orange monster who just tells them that
No.
They
What
should
we'll
be
do
more
is
racist.
we'll let everyone hear out.
That was a Donald Trump reference.
We'll just
Okay.
We'll just let everyone
It
hear.
didn't show on your face.
We'll let everyone hear out the ideas of each person who wants to be in charge, and then let them decide who's got the best ideas. They'll pick for who's.
It sounds like in that situation, probably funding will become a big issue to like make sure your voice gets heard, and we'll probably have 2 major parties, and then it'll just be kind of a choice between a rock and a hard place. And you get sort of an establishment candidate that stands for like corruption and money in politics, and you get sort of an alt-right wing bigot who likes to grab women where they shouldn't
Well,
be grabbed.
fine. What about we don't base it on 2 people? We have like a panel.
Your idea is terrible.
A senate of people.
All right, let's
an entire parliament of people.
an entire parliament. That's Rome now. Let's we get the Senate. No, okay. Plato equals int 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plato's got initiative 8 or intelligence 8.
Intelligence 8. Okay, yeah. So anyway, you can't come up with a democracy, but I'm ruling that it's too anachronistic. But
You can't tell me what I can find out.
oh, I can. That's exactly how this works. So you...
I'm going to invent democracy. That's my new goal in this whole game, is invent democracy.
If you can piece it together from items, this is like Taco from...
This is Taco trying to invent a
taco.
taco.
Yeah.
From the Adventure Zone.
Yeah, you have to be able to piece it together from things you see.
Okay. Done.
This would be way harder to control than the tacos, which is just like...
Don't put ground meat in the game. Although he has ground meat already.
Yeah, because someone burned, right?
No, because there was like a big grinder thing, and someone...
This is so not interesting to anyone other than us.
Yeah, we're talking about...
Another D&D podcast.
Yeah, and they actually did... I'm going to make this reference again. It's called like the Adventure Zone, where they talk about... It's like the Talking Dead type show, where they talk about their own podcast. We're now on the Adventure Zone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Adventure... No, anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just go. Let's just go there.
Yeah, we can fast travel.
After I've learned out about Varys, I just want to...
So you sleep for a bit, and they wake you, which seems like far too early, which is right as dawn is coming. It's been a very, very long day.
Right on.
And you get up before it's light. Well, the light is just starting to suffuse the forest.
Yeah.
As usual, the forest feels...
Alive?
Almost oppressively so.
Oppressively alive?
Yeah, but it's different, right? Because you used to travel with this big retinue, and you had a whole bunch of people with you, and there were more elves, and you had this sense that you weren't alone. But there are times these elves are so silent, and you're not always walking side by side, and there are times where you feel just like almost lost in the grandeur of the forest.
Yeah.
And it feels so much bigger than anything you've ever known. And there's a sense in which you start to realize, like, your own place in the world is so small. And it almost is a lovely feeling, because this is like an odd thing for you.
Yeah.
And anyway, so you walk on for some time, and you're almost dumbstruck by this feeling, and you find it difficult
It's like
to
a
speak.
welcome feeling, though, I think, because I want my place in the world to be small.
Yeah. I think you just find it hard to speak. It's like you've done like a really big acid trip or something, and it's just everything's colored differently now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you, I don't know what Jeremy.
He was my god about the Adventure Zone stuff.
Please shut up and get on with the campaign.
Probably.
Let's keep talking about Adventure Zone.
The Adventure Zone.
Is coming to the exact opposite thing. No, anyway, so it's a very interesting and contemplative walk, and you find the day passes, and it almost feels like no time at all has passed, and it almost feels like an entire month.
Yeah.
And
it feels like I've been outside time for a while. Person,
but you also can't really remember much of it. And you sleep again, and this is repeated, and it all blends together, and the next day you come upon the city that you know and love so well. It's a tree house city, basically.
Yeah, in the trees.
Yeah, and it uses the trees. The trees have almost grown into shape.
Is it a lot like Eom?
It's nothing like Eom.
Eom was a elf city that I made up in one of my campaigns, because Eom is the Elvish word for echo. And to get in, you had to go, Eom, 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 Eom. Yeah. It's very clever.
It's really clever. Thanks for the plug for your own campaign.
No worries.
Go watch it in the non-existent podcast, because it was never taped.
Well, they were there. The 3 people watching were there.
The 3 people watching were there. So you get there, and there is... it's a lot like the city... I'm not as big of a Lord of the Rings nerd as I should be, but it's the city in Lord of the Rings.
As you should be?
Yeah, I'm playing D&D. I feel like I should know everything about the Lord of the Rings.
Right.
There's a city that's like almost like there's like stairs going around the trunks.
Oh, where that chick lives?
No, it's not Galadriel, is it?
Yeah, I know the place. Sure.
Anyway.
Whoever knows the city, correct us.
Yeah, we've got
Echo.
If we had like 100 for sure, someone.
Let's just, for the sake of whatever, call it Eom. But yeah,
it's not Eom.
It's just like that. All right, keep going.
That's
what I picture in my head, and you can't change that.
All right, you walk there. You have arrived.
We're there,
and
I go.
Peleus.
I see it as anew. I see it anew in my like life-changing journey I just took. Oh, he's got it. La Floria.
Yeah, La Floria. Well done. He's probably got the whole of the internet to help him out.
No, he probably just knows.
That was just
Jeremy's a smart guy.
All right, we'll give it to Jeremy.
Okay,
that's how we know Caleb's not watching. Is Caleb never said anything about that to us?
Yeah, I assume Caleb's not watching.
Caleb would be yelling.
Caleb would be like, "It's La Floria, you idiot! Yeah, you dumbass!"
All right, so
maybe 3 of them are watching in the same place, and Caleb's just screaming, "Lothlorien!" Oh, maybe I shouldn't lean back. Am I going out of frame when I lean back?
You can check. Pull yourself up.
I am.
Oh, look at that.
Out of frame.
Jeremy never said anything.
Good to know.
How dare you, Jeremy? So now that I can see
really
myself, it's very distracting.
Yeah.
Let's turn that off.
No, let's keep it on. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to turn it off.
I'm just going to keep looking at myself. I look so weird on camera. That's all it's going to be about. Is don't do this. What are you doing with your hand? Oh. What do people do with their hands?
Anyway, so so what do you do?
So, you get to... Yeah, Peleus comes up to you.
And I go, Peleus, friend, please,
clasps your hand.
I need your counsel and your help.
Come. And he leads you up to... there's an area where you do basically like the official business.
Yeah.
And he leads you to the same place.
I say,
up in a tree.
I mean, you've heard the news. I just want to start by saying it wasn't me. And I know that's what people think because I wasn't there, but I was... well, where I was is a long story, but...
You would not be here if you were capable of such violence and backstabbing.
They were stabbed in their backs?
Not literally.
Oh. Okay.
The forest has ways of keeping those who would seek harm such as that out.
Well, I mean, does the forest have ways of finding out who did that?
That is beyond the power and the reach of the forest.
Well, Iranus and Felcure mentioned that Verus could have known.
It is true that Verus saw in the mirror what had happened, but he was only scrying is an imprecise art, and he was only able to see it the morning after it had happened, and he wasn't at his scrying table while it happened. And plus, it only happens he only can scry in public places, or he only chooses to do so.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
We have learned a few things that you may find useful.
Please.
It seems that whoever did this was not apprehended. It also seems that a number of other people were murdered at the same time.
Who?
Various guards and people who it seems got in the way. They were ruthless. And it also seems that people have discovered that you're gone, and that it is true, many people believe you responsible, and I'm afraid that your appearance has not helped you in such matters, as people seem to think of you as somewhat separate and other from them. It is easy to cast aspersions and blame on those who we do not believe to be like ourselves.
Right. I knew he was there. I don't know what to do. I know someone who's trying to figure out what happened and who killed my parents, but their knowledge comes at a price.
All knowledge comes at a price.
What was the
The
price
lack of
for your knowledge?
The lack of knowledge often comes at a greater price.
What? And is there anyone else in the room?
No, it's just you two.
Okay, I look around and I go,
He shuffles himself a little closer.
do you know the name Ander Goodbarrel?
I'm afraid this is not a name I have heard. Is this a suspect?
No, this is my friend who's, well, I think he's my friend, who's trying to help me
Search your heart,
find out.
young one. You will know the truth.
Well, what can you tell me about this? And I give him the satchel with the imitation stone in it.
He looks at the stone, and his eyes grow wide.
And I say, it's a replica. It's fake.
And he looks at you and says, "There is treachery afoot.
Not on my part.
What have you done?"
Nothing. This wizard, Ander Goodbarrel, told me to come here and take that. In return, he'd give me information about my parents' death. And replace it with that one.
His face is completely
And
stony.
I realized in his description of where it was that I'd be doing something irreparable to our relationship that my father's tried to build. So I thought maybe you know something about it, and at the very least, you should know, like you said, the lack of knowledge has a much greater price.
Times indeed are hard. I do not think you should be associating with this Ander Goodbarrel.
I agree, especially when he finds out how well my mission went.
You must be careful. You are a marked man in many ways.
Yeah.
You have done us a great honor by telling us this truth. You have sacrificed much.
Yes! That's how you D&D!
You have sacrificed much with little to gain.
Um,
And I can't tell you the full-reaching consequences of your actions, but I can tell you that they have been great today. The world has balanced a little more in the favor of good.
cool. Well, as you know, not all knowledge comes at a price, and I was hoping maybe your scry could break his rule just once and see if he can find anything else about my parents' death by looking in places that aren't public.
Now I need to look up scrying spells.
That was a good little bit.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Actually, I might just have a look in this reference here.
The Peleus says he is only able to scry in areas he has already been. Jerry says time for a drink. Woo. I was thinking actually we should probably have taken more breaks. We should probably take like a break every hour for 5 minutes or something, so people can like leave and go to the bathroom and get a drink, and so we can do the same. We've only got like 25 minutes left.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
That would be a good place to splice in cuts to the YouTube VODs.
Good
Or
call.
the podcasts. And we're learning this. We're very bad at this right
Well,
now.
most podcasts will have a break in the middle, like halfway through for ads, any ads.
But most podcasts aren't 4 hours long or whatever.
Well, we would never do a 4-hour-long episode of just one podcast, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. But I'm saying we break up the sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. This is all very, very ad hoc.
Very ad hoc.
There's
There's a lot of lessons learned in this one that we probably would change.
We figured out how to stream video in the 2 hours before we
20
played.
minutes ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So he can only cite in places he's been.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
There's not a lot that we can do from this far. However, I can promise you that you will always have a home here, should you choose to stay. But that I do think your destiny lies beyond the borders of these woods.
may I stay for a little while? And
Yes, absolutely. As long as you need. As I said, you will always have a home in these woods.
thank you. I doubt you'll tell me. What does that rock do?
He gives you a little bit of a knowing glance and half a wink, and then says, some knowledge is best kept secret.
Ah, okay. And I just kind of go. I walk. I know my kind of way around. Do I?
Enough. He says, I will walk you to your quarters.
Thank you.
And they've got a little, it's actually the same place that you stayed before.
Right.
It's now way too big for you. But it used to be way too small for the number of people. Like, they don't have a sense of privacy. There are no doors.
It's just where guests stay. How many?
It's on the ground, right? And
Yeah.
most elves in the Elfwood like to live in the trees. And so it's very soft. It's very, like, there's like a little bit of a stream that trickles through your room at all times, making pleasant sounds. But it's like, it's fairly empty. There's a few different rooms, but they all, like I said, there's no doors. There's
Right.
like silken hammocks or something to sleep in.
Right. I want to go to the waterfall, I assume, and bathe.
You can find a bathing spot.
Yeah. And my deformity carries down the rest half my body.
Oh yeah, you're just ugly on an
All
entire
over.
side.
It looks like I've been badly burned, but like I haven't actually been burned. Some knowledge is best kept secret.
I think Jeremy actually knows what that stone is.
What?
I may have told everybody in our D&D group what was going on.
Oh, okay. I wonder how much I just like. Did you expect me to do that?
Yeah, in a sense I did. I mean, I didn't expect you to play it straight through and just like do everything exactly as you were told. Not since you killed Gareth. That's sort of thrown everything for a loop. Or tried to kill Gareth.
Right.
Are you stalling because you don't know what to do next?
Yeah, I just don't think I know what to really do now. I'm gonna go.
No, you had a whole plan laid out for you.
Sleep. Yeah, I had a whole plan, but I was like, I'm not gonna trust that guy. Mm-hmm.
The problem with D&D is you go
the
to
next
sleep,
day,
you wake up, what do you do?
The next day I want to go.
You
The next
can't
day I
take
want to
time.
go to Peleus, and I want to say, Peleus.
It takes you a while to find him.
Okay.
You have to ask around.
And I want to say, can I speak to you privately again?
He nods.
And we go off to the room or whatever, and I go, how close is that imitation to the real thing?
In what way?
If someone was in the same room as it, without feeling it and touching it, could they think it was really it?
It's true that it has a certain semblance, a certain resemblance to the actual thing. It depends on whom it is you speak of.
Ander. This man knows about...
I'm confident that Ander would know if you tried to give him his own forgery back.
Well, I wouldn't try to give it to him. I was going to try to get the information before I gave it to him, and then just get away.
I do not think that a wise plan.
I have a responsibility to go home, but I have a yearning to run away. And I don't know what to do.
Sometimes what feels like running away may in fact only be moving aside for a minute so as to learn something. What looks like maybe a winding, circuitous path sometimes turns out to be the most straightforward one after all. Then again, maybe you're just a coward.
I'd like to spend a year here learning how to like hunt and live in the woods.
Yeah, let's do that.
Can I just gain
Let's
this
actually,
first?
so we're like 20 minutes away from
Can I
10.
fast track a year?
Yeah, I'm thinking let's pause the actual narration at this point. Yeah, you may absolutely fast track a year. There's a chance that like stuff happens to you. Like for example, you can't fast track a year if like Anders Goodfellow or Good Barrel like burns the whole forest down and or whatever. But like if that doesn't happen, yeah, you can fast track a year.
I would assume that Ander just assumes I get caught.
So your plan is to stay here a year.
I'd like to stay here a year, but I'd like to... I want to do it, and I want to, like...
Jerry says, I just want to spend a year learning to be an elf.
That's exactly right. I just want to spend a year learning to be an elf, and I want to... I want to, like, raise my wisdom. I think a year is enough time.
Intelligence, perhaps, but not wisdom. I mean,
okay.
you can actually spend some time.
I thought
mechanics, intelligence is like what you know. Wisdom is like how perceptive you are. I mean, maybe
I thought
if
like
you live
spending
in the
time in the forest, would raise that more than intelligence would.
It's true. There are no real mechanics on this. There's downtime activities, but those are for like making money. I mean, I could work something out. You are young. The problem is, in this case, I'm just sort of like, what's to stop any character from saying like, oh yeah, and then I just spend a couple years.
Well, most campaigns don't really service that. Most campaigns are like, well, you can't spend a year in this dock, like you'll get caught or whatever. Or like the thing you're trying to stop.
This is a fun this is almost all being the preamble for an actual second level character that comes out. It's like, okay, and then I had this thing where I went into the forest and
for
then,
a year,
yeah. And then now we're starting, like we're almost like starting the actual campaign now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I want to fast track to the city that they were at. I want to go to the Wild West because it's in the same world, right?
The Wild West was just a Western take on this. It's just like a few ages down the road when guns have been invented. It's like many hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. But it's the same.
Were there Marivaldis in that time?
I think I don't like making up names all the time, so I think I just use the same names.
So the Marivaldis live. Good to know. Spoilers. The Marivaldis live.
It's not canon though. It didn't happen on screen.
I win this.
The end.
I get out of this alive.
There's no point playing. We just wanted the Marivaldis to win. Yeah, from what I can see, you can spend time between adventures learning a new language or training with a set of tools. Your DM might allow additional training options. You must find an instructor willing to teach you. The DM determines how long it takes. The training lasts for 250 days and costs 1 GP per day. After you spend the requisite amount of time and money, you learn the new language or gain proficiency with a new tool. So we can easily change that to maybe it is you don't gain any wisdom scores. Do you want proficiency in a certain wisdom-based attribute? Because I could give you proficiency in something like some wisdom thing you don't want, like survival. Are you proficient in survival?
No, I don't want proficiency in survival.
Because I would say...
Can I get an insight?
I mean, you could also... An insight. So, after a year with the elves, you're going to... First of all, your elvish is going to be fluent.
Yeah.
Because... But...
Wait, what about 5 years?
It's...
Yeah, no, let's stick to a year.
20 years!
50 years! I want 50 years!
I just want to die here.
You know what? I live my life here.
New
character.
If we roll a new character, you DM and I...
Actually, it'd be great to roll a new character and just keep this guy here for a while. Leave him here.
Revisit him later.
Leave him here.
The character that
if you ever make it here, you can talk to him.
Yeah, that's all you get.
No. A year, I think it's good.
Yeah, so over this year, you're going to learn this elven dialect perfectly.
Yes.
You might find that when you speak to other elves,
they're kind of like it's like speaking with an accent.
Yeah, you're like from the boonies or whatever.
Yeah.
But you also find that life is extremely boring here. This might affect how long you want to stay here. So like,
for me,
things are really slow. There's like...
I think I'd assimilate to it eventually, right?
There's a long time... Not really, because these people...
I don't know if you can tell me that I'm bored.
Fine, you get to decide it yourself. But let me explain what your life is like.
Sure.
There's a lot of... There's not a lot of preparing food. There's not a lot of like storing things up or progressing. There's no progression in any way, shape, or form. There's just living life. There's just sort of the now. There's no thought really of the future. So there's not like people don't store up food for the winter. They just live differently.
Right.
They eat different things, and there's like there are really long, epic renditions of poems that you find difficult to understand that go on like for an entire day.
How does their like leadership work? Like do they pick?
It seems like everyone shares everything,
right?
But that everyone is sort of responsible for...
Like everyone's kind of equal and gets equal share of everything.
And you find yourself being sort of equal, but sort of lesser.
But eventually I kind of get.
But it's just you're not as good at the things. You don't know. I mean, yeah, you can eventually figure it out and find a place in the world. You can. There's a whole.
Do I meet somebody?
There's a whole ceremony to hunting, for example, that thanks the forest.
I feel like I get really familiar with that.
Yeah. You completely understand that.
Basically, I'm like the guy from Avatar.
Yeah. You're with the natives. This is like the native.
Yeah.
This is getting really racist again. We always go back to racism. Sorry.
Can I be proficient in survival? Is that?
So yeah, what I'm trying to figure out what it is that you would.
Oh, you could put half proficiency on here.
What?
Yeah, I could put half proficiency.
on your like.
Yeah. And I could also put double proficiency.
Yeah, double proficiency is a thing. That's called expertise.
Yeah.
Like rogues have it.
Yeah.
And I think rangers or bards, maybe just bards. Anyway, so you. What is it that you want? Like, I think you can... The way that I'm reading these rules about downtime activities is it seems like you're going to get one thing that you are proficient in. I'm going to waive the gold cost because you're sort of working your way in the thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's too much to give you proficiency in, like, everything to do with wisdom. That doesn't really make sense. But if you want to be better at survival or, I don't know, perception or... those sorts of things. Alternatively, I might just give you a +1 to wisdom.
Sure.
What's your wisdom score?
That's not important.
What's your wisdom score?
13.
13. Yeah, I could give you a +1 to wisdom. That seems fair.
I'll take it.
What are your... Tell me and the viewers what your stats are, so we can get a sense of...
Alright. My strength is 19.
Holy crap.
My intelligence is 8. My dexterity is 11. My wisdom is now 14.
Okay.
My constitution is 16, and my charisma is 10.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah.
You're very strong.
Yes, I'm quite strong.
You find that you actually, like, do a lot of strength-based tasks.
I do a lot of the stuff that they've
Lifting
been holding off on doing.
There's a lot of pulley systems that you like. It's not that hard of work, but it takes a lot of, like, it's just tiring.
I can just be on them for longer than
exactly.
the other guys can. Do I catch the fancy of any elvish women?
I'm going to make you roll me 1 charisma check.
1 charisma check.
Yeah.
Alright, ugly tiny penis. 13. Super average.
I was almost going to make you roll it with disadvantage for being
ugly and having...
ugly and
in a world of
human.
Beautiful people. Yeah, I should have disadvantage.
Yeah, roll that again.
Oh, that was a crit 20, so 13.
Okay. Yeah, you actually do okay. You're well liked enough, but it's kind of hard to tell. You don't really have any best friend. You don't really have a confidant. Your worries are not the worries of the elves.
No.
You find like
my best friend to me is Peleus.
Sure, you don't really seem to have worries. You also notice that Peleus doesn't seem like a leader in any respect when he's not dealing with you. Maybe he's not even a leader, you find out. He's just the guy who greets you.
Yeah.
And you just assumed him to be the leader, but then you realize that, oh no, he's not. Maybe he just speaks common the best.
Even so, like, that's a big enough connection for me.
Sure. Yeah, Peleus, like, he likes you, but he's not really concerned. You don't share life in the same way.
Right.
And yeah, you bump up your wisdom score. We're gonna spend a whole year. And is there anything you want to do in this year? Because we'll figure out this year, and then we'll call it those standoffish elven assholes. Says Jeremy.
Yeah, right. A year they don't let me in.
But a year of your life is way more meaningful than a year of theirs.
Yeah, that's true. Remember that year 200 years ago when that guy stayed with us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Remember that month we hung out with a dude?
Yeah, remember when that guy was here for like a couple weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Who was that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people who were still like, who's that guy who's here? Was he here for like
Is a human still here?
He was here for like a couple days. Dude, he was here for like a year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a full rotation of
wasn't a
the Earth
year
around the sun.
Because I Because 600 years ago I got the car. Oh yeah, I guess it was a year.
600 years ago there was the
Yeah.
So you is there anything you want to? This is I think mostly.
Have I learned anything more about this stone in this year?
No one ever talks about it again.
Okay.
Did you want to bring it up at all? You get the sense that like it was like shut up about the stone.
Right. Yeah, I brought it up once, like 3 months into Peleus, and that's what he told me. He was like, don't.
He was like, it's best if you forget what you know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and so I feel like this would be a very lonely and isolating time where you have a connection. Maybe you originally intended, screw it, I'm just going to live here. But there's something that's like in you that yearns for a connection that you're not getting. Right,
yeah. Okay. I kill Peleus and I take the stone.
Okay.
Just kidding.
No, that happened.
Okay. Cool.
You said it, yeah.
If you let it happen? Okay, I leave. I'm good. There's no way I would have gotten into the forest. Or out of the forest. I go to Peleus. And I say, after a year, I have a really big beard now.
You've just been growing out your beard.
I have not been shaving.
You're the only person in the entire woods with a beard.
Good.
Because elves don't grow beards.
That's fine.
Okay. You have a beard roughly
cut my
half
hair
the
short.
size of mine.
I cut my hair short. Half the size?
This is like... I mean, it depends on how good at growing a beard you are. This is like probably 5 months.
Can I grow a beard check?
But you're like
don't
what?
Trim.
You're like 18. So like when I was 18, my beard would be like your size.
Yeah, but I am like
just a little bit of scruff. It'd be patchy in ugly places.
But I'm like got a constitution. Like I think I'm quite tough and mature. I'm way past puberty. I've hit puberty.
Yeah, you're very strong. You're fully grown
and fully adult. Yeah.
Do you want to be able to grow a beard? It's your character. You tell me how big your beard is.
I got a beard.
A beard. It's okay.
I got like...
It's wispy towards the bottom where it first started growing.
Sure. I'd say I have a beard like yours. I have like your beard.
So it's a little bit ugly. It's like not properly trimmed.
You're like thickness. You're like...
okay.
Even thickness across.
All right.
All dark. What do we look like? I think we're like darks, like olive skin and black hair. I think that's
whatever you want to look like. Yeah. Marivaldi, you are just like a traditional Italian man.
Yeah. So black... Just big, and then we're Italian, so it's like lots of hair. And
hey, yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, good amount of hair.
Glad we figured out how much hair you have.
Yeah, we spent half an hour on beards. Cool.
Yeah.
So I say thank you for everything you've taught me, but I think everyone here knows that I need to leave. This is not the place for me.
Who do you say this to?
Peleus.
Yeah, Peleus just looks at you unblinkingly.
I'll see you again. Until I see you again, I say in Elvish. All of this is in Elvish.
Yeah,
I haven't
he
spoken
says,
English in years.
Yeah, exactly.
Or common.
He says, may the forest ever provide a path for you.
And I kick it. I get on.
You were always welcome here. They gave you a nickname. They're like, you were always welcome here, Strong Ox or something.
Yeah, whatever.
They
haven't seen an ox.
Yeah. They know what oxen are.
Okay, so I get on. My horse was then dead, or a horse.
Yeah, your horse is still living there.
He's just kicking it.
Yeah.
I get all my stuff.
I think let's pause this. Let's just say you're in the forest. You're about to leave.
And I bounce.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow, we got through an entire year in like 3 hours.
This
is the most we've ever done.
It's funny, I just now named 15 beard types. No, you nailed it, dude. Remember that game we played with him?
Yeah. Stump.
Yeah, Stump. I just at that moment realized, like, why don't I just jump a year? That's how long I want to spend away.
You totally can. Like I said, the timing's all on you. If you want to say, I take another step forward, you're welcome to go step by step. But if you want to jump year by year, we can figure that out pretty quick.
Yeah, that works well.
Okay.
Oh,
so-
XP. Give me some XP.
Oh, it's time for some X-Pizzle. So we call it here. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, everyone.
I'm very self-conscious
all
now.
4 of us are upset that you did that. Yeah.
Okay, so you met Andrew Goodbarrel.
Yep.
And you got a what's it called? You got a quest from him.
Yep.
You did not fulfill that quest.
I kind of failed the quest. Yeah.
You did fail the quest. You're not going to get the quest XP from that, but you did, however, you made a decision and went down a very different
For
road.
which I should get mad XP.
Why?
Are you kidding me? You give roleplay XP all the time.
I know you're going to get XP, but I want to know why you think you're supposed to get a ton of XP.
I think that deserves mad XP.
Why?
For clearly for seeing what the right thing to do was
I
and
know that's the
doing
right thing
it.
to do.
Because these are a kind, peaceful people, and I was tasked because of history that I know. I was tasked with stealing from them what seemed to be one of their most important and secret relics.
So it would seem to you. They don't talk about it. Anders seemed like a nice guy.
Anyway.
What if it is a halfling treasure that they had stolen and rightfully belongs to? Anyway,
Doesn't.
I just want to know why you are so confident in it.
I
But,
think what I did is equal to doing it and giving it to
oh, it's
Andrew.
way easier, but it is something. I'm gonna give you some XP for that, but it is something. And then I'm gonna give you XP for spending an entire year.
Yeah, I should get a year's worth of XP.
I
doing stuff.
I rolled for it. No, you already got your wisdom bump. You get 700 XP.
700. Okay. What is the break off for?
You actually probably passed it. You're probably in
900.
3rd level.
Yeah, I am at 3rd level.
It's pretty quick to get to 3rd level. I mean, it did take you a year, but it's normally pretty quick to get up there.
All right, here we go. This is what I love about this app. I click this.
You click the level up thing, and then
Literally, I do. Yeah.
I do.
Level up.
The XP you get from role playing levels up with your levels, because I don't. The problem is when we play, it's so fast to get to 3rd level, and then it's a long time to get to 4th, a really long time to get to 5th, and 6th never comes.
There's a knight as an archetype. It looks like.
Anyway, I'm going to give you the role-playing XP is going to go up with you so that you gain levels at a reasonable rate, I think.
Right on. Yeah, I get a martial archetype.
I think it's also easier to get a lot more XP when you're 1v1ing because you can get a lot more done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so do you want to level up on camera and pick some stuff?
Yeah, I think let's level up now.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna. What's champion? Champion is focused on the development of raw physical power. Meaning you choose this archetype, your weapon attack score and critical hit on 19 and 20.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the really simple to play. Not very many rules to remember.
Yeah, this is a bonus. Battle Master is the one I want to do, obviously, because you get the superiority dice, you get maneuvers. How many do I get? You learn 3 maneuvers of your choice, which are detailed in maneuvers below. Many maneuvers enhance your attack in some way. You can use 1 maneuver per attack. And I learn more maneuvers on other levels. I get superiority dice. I have 4 superiority dice that are d8s. A superiority die.
Are you gonna pick that, or are you just gonna read it all out?
Huh?
Are you gonna pick it?
I don't want to pick Eldritch Knight. I don't need magic, do I? I guess I'm on my own, so I kind of do. Maybe I should take magic.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Can I have spell casting?
I wouldn't worry too much about making it work that way. I would say more whatever you think your character is more involved in. So there's a couple of ways you can do this because you were a duelist. So you could say that you had practiced your skills a lot in the forest or whatever. But you can also say that you spent some time. I mean, the magic of the forest. There's definitely magic there to have inspired you to Eldritch Knight it. So that's fully an option. But just sort of however you feel like.
I'm gonna go
your
with
character would have.
I'm gonna go with Eldritch Knight.
Okay. That's fun.
I don't think we've ever done that. I get 2 cantrips, 3 known spells, and 2 first-level spell slots. Which I will learn later. Not on camera.
Yeah, we can just start at the beginning of next session or something.
Alright, Eldritch Knight, enhance your martial. Alright, I'm gonna roll. Alright, let's end the thing.
Okay.
All this is
It's a D&D session with very little rolling in it. Actually, why don't you go ahead and roll for HP?
Okay, I'll roll for HP.
Is there any other rolls you need to make? Probably not, hey?
No. It automatically just bumped it up by 10, and I don't want to do that. I want to roll. So let's go back here. I get 3. Oh yes, but I have 3d10 that I'm missing. Roll for HP. So I roll a d10 plus my con.
D10 plus con. And then check out that hit point thing.
Boom! I got a 7, so that's an extra 10. My max HP goes to 32.
You have plus 3 con. That's crazy.
Yeah.
32. You're a force to be reckoned with.
I'm kind of Hunchback of Notre Dame right now.
You'd probably kill Andor Goodfellow or Goodbarrel right now.
Oh, I doubt it.
Goodfellow. That would be great.
He seems like a pretty strong wizard.
Halflings aren't wizards. Everybody knows that.
What?
I'm kidding. None of that was true.
Play a halfling wizard. Oh, it's a gnome wizard. That's different.
Oh, you're a gnome wizard in a different thing. I almost actually made him a gnome.
I almost called him Gimbal until I realized he wasn't a gnome. Yeah, I think that's everything. My AC doesn't go up. Nothing else goes up. I just get to pick. I get 3 cantrips. Oh, it just tells me right there. That's so cool.
Sweet. All right. Thanks for joining.
Thanks. I hope this was okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't know what it was.
Tell me if it wasn't or if it was.
Don't tell me.
No, keep it away from Spencer. Yeah. All right. See you later.
Bye.